This piano is really nice because it's got a really nice balance, so across all the ranges it's just so easy to get all the colours and just make the piano really sing, so I really enjoy playing it.
I really love this piano because it's like huge, so you can actually hear all of these sounds. You can hear like the strong bass and still like these nice melodies. You can still hear them really clearly.
If you do as you've been told, likely there's a chance you'll be given a dainty doll all the way from France, with a cap of Valenciennes and a velvet hood, a present from the gentleman, a longer being good.
The arrival of this piano is really the jewel in a crown that's been quite some time in the making. The hall we're in at the moment, Routh Hall, named after one of our most inspirational headmasters who led the school during the early part of the last century. For many years, for almost 100 years actually, had been our school assembly hall, but sadly we had outgrown it for that purpose. But it is such a magnificent facility, we wanted to maintain it obviously and honour it. So the perfect solution was to convert it into a bespoke concert hall exclusively for music. We built a separate facility elsewhere for drama and for dance. And part of the motivation for keeping this hall musically inclined was the acoustics in here are perfect. Built back in the early 1920s, but they got it exactly right. So all we've done really is embellish it with some nicer seating so people can enjoy musical activity, and left the rest exactly as it was, with the heritage on display and these magnificent beams that have probably soaked up 100 years worth of young men and women singing and playing their hearts out. Opened originally by Algar, or at least he was in attendance, and it's been a great privilege for us to rededicate the new concert hall with the world's foremost Algar expert, Professor Julian Lloyd-Webber, who commissioned the building last November. And as I say, the jewel in the crown then, with all of the heritage and history intact, is to have a piano of this quality to grace the stage and to allow our young people to experience a truly professional setting to perform in. Yeah, I think we share a common belief amongst the common room that the arts and creativity in general are essential to not only the Bromsgrove offer, but we would argue to a good quality Renaissance education. And music plays an integral part in that. We're very proud of the fact we have over 300 of our young people learning individual instruments. We have a growing number of performance groups, from orchestras to choirs to quartets and so on. Like every other school in the country, we don't have large numbers taking curriculum music. That's a sadness, but I think it's a reality of the modern qualification system. However, that's compensated by the fact that the co-curricular offer for music in the school is extremely large, and we're hoping that the refurbishment of Routh Hall and of course the multi-million pound music school that's been built adjacent will just continue to encourage young people to play and perform in their own time, not just as part of a pursuit of an academic qualification. Well, I am excited. I am a complete amateur. I could possibly pick the white keys from the black keys, and that would be the limit of my musical knowledge, but it's my great pleasure and delight to sit in those seats over there 3 or 4 times a week and enjoy the talents of our young people. And even to an untrained ear, I can appreciate the quality of this instrument, and I think more importantly so too can our players, from the very expert nationally recognised musicians in the school to those who are just learning and stepping on these boards for the first time. We all realise that this is a symbol of the esteem in which we hold music in the school.
This piano is wonderful. It's a joy to play because the tune can just come out so vibrantly because the tone of the piano is so bright, and you've got all of the wonderful bass notes as well.
So I've been at Bromsgrove School for 5 years now, and part of the attraction of the interview process was when the headmaster put in front of me the blueprints for a newly designed concert hall, and we're now in it, which is really exciting. And it's been a process of some years of building, and during that time we've been working quite hard behind the scenes to increase the numbers participating in music from the very earliest stages of our pre-prep down the road through the year 3s who all learn a string instrument, through the year 5s who all learn a wind or brass instrument, and into the senior school as well, where our academic numbers have been good in the last few years and results have been excellent. It's a great privilege to be inside this wonderful building, which was an assembly hall for the school, built in the 1920s and has been redesigned as a concert hall, which you now see with 301 seats, which makes a great auditorium for music performance, which we're very pleased with. And we've been in here just a few months since our grand opening on St. Cecilia's Day. And the piano that you see in front of you has made a huge difference already to the excitement factor in performing on this wonderful stage. Initially, we were in touch with Coach House Pianos, who very kindly offered us some free trials of various instruments. This instrument was the first one that we received on that trial basis, and we were very excited to receive that on not a terribly nice weather, sort of rainy Friday afternoon in late November, and that certainly lifted our spirits. And ever since that time, the pupils have been very keen to come and try it and play it and practice on it, especially ahead of performances on the stage. We have tried other pianos, but I think the first impression that we got of this wonderful instrument was its beautiful tone across the range, really singing melodic lines at the top and in the bass as well. And when we need it to change gear, it's been rather marvellous at switching from a beautifully soft and delicate sound, which in this acoustic has really resonated, to quite a stormy tempo and meaty texture, shall we say, in some of the repertoire where it's demanded. I think one of the important things about buying a really decent quality instrument for pianists is that they can't take it with them, and they have to be able to rely on a really fantastic instrument on a concert hall stage. As a singer myself, I take my instrument everywhere with me. It might not always do what I want it to do, but it's mine and I can take it wherever I need to go. And pianists, of course, never have that luxury. The practice piano at home or in one of our practice rooms up here is not the same as the piano that they're going to play in a performance. And so to be able to purchase a piano like this for our students was really of paramount importance to me. And we have a series of very many concerts, from informal lunchtime concerts to concerto concerts, and the piano will be used for all of those different types of things, which we're really pleased with. I mean, as with any school, especially independent schools, where our teaching time really only takes probably 33, 34 weeks of the year, that leaves quite a lot of time over the summer holidays and other periods where the school is not in session, for this facility to be opened up to the public. And that's an important thing for us too, as a school and as a department, that we embrace the local community and can welcome in people from external organisations. So having an instrument here that can be used for other competitions or concerts, a concert series, which may happen from time to time, was a really important decision or factor in the decision behind buying an instrument of this quality. Important to me also to find an instrument which I wanted to play, because I felt that if I wanted to play it, then the pupils would want to play it too. And the lure of an instrument like this
is appealing to me as a second study pianist. One of the things that I love to do is to accompany pupils and especially singers. That was a really important factor behind choosing an instrument, was one that could support musicians of all ages and stages and instruments and the voice, of course, in their performance. It's not just an instrument for pianists, but also to enhance the performance of other instrumentalists. I mean, we aim to provide performance opportunities for all types of musician, and it was a really important factor in choosing the right piano that we found something that was not only going to enhance the performance of pianists, but also to enhance those instrumentalists and singers who would be accompanied on a really decent instrument. And as a second study pianist, I thoroughly appreciate what the piano does for my accompanying, with all its flaws, to enhance those singers, instrumentalists that I've accompanied in frequent concerts since we've had the instrument with us.